I'm not gonna lie, this gameplay patch could change everything for NBA 2K25. So you know it by now, about a month in, the first big gameplay patch is usually the most important patch for gameplay in NBA 2K25, and I'm here to break down 4 key differences that this patch introduces that makes NBA 2K25 better. But I also want to discuss some aspects of the game that needs to be improved. We're going to talk about rhythm shooting, the right stick, post fades, lane steals, and unfortunately, real player layups. So, in the patch notes for patch 2.0, we're going to talk about 4 key things. 1, 2K made various adjustments to reduce the effectiveness of unrealistic passing lane steals. Second, and this could be pretty important, is that 2K improved the shot contest logic for more reliable shot coverages for both perimeter and interior defense. Hand-down situations no longer register as tight. As a result, open shots received a slight buff to maintain balance. Third, they improved the responsiveness of the right stick for both dribbling and shooting. And last, which I think is the most important one at this point, is that they fixed an exploit that made low post fades overly effective. So I think the biggest change in this patch is the significantly improved responsiveness of the right stick, particularly for shooting. So these clips show you the near instant catch and shoot with the stick that wasn't possible before. So I tested out the pre-patch versus post-patch responsiveness. So I measured the time it takes to hold the right stick completely down before my player makes a movement for a jump shot. Pre-patch, it took 27 frames for me to initiate the right stick down movement before my player went into a shot motion. Now, what you're seeing here is post-patch, and as a result of the patch, the speed in which you initiate a jump shot after you pull down on the right stick is now 22 frames. That translates into a 20% increase in the responsiveness of the right stick, making rhythm shooting that much more viable in NBA 2K25. Visually, this is what it looks like. It allows you to get into your jump shot way faster as a result of pulling down on the right stick. A 5-frame difference might not seem a lot, but it's a big deal. But I think the biggest difference maker in NBA 2K25 is now you can pre-cook your right stick input for catch and shoot situations. That means, as you can see right here, before I receive the ball, I can already pull down on the right stick, and as a result, you will quickly initiate a jump shot as you catch the ball, making catch and shoot situations with rhythm shooting that much more effective. Compare that to pre-patch, where as you can see right here, you saw that there's a big delay. If you pre-cook your right stick input, there is a catch delay before you can actually enter your jump shot. So this is post-patch gameplay, and this is a huge improvement in responsiveness. Compare that to pre-patch gameplay, you can see here that it takes you a while to load up and actually get into your jumper motion. That said, for catch and shoots, holding square is still the fastest way in order to quickly get into your catch and shoot situations. Again, another 5-frame advantage compared to stick shooting. And what you're seeing from these clips right here is the quickness in which you catch the ball, initiate a jump shot with rhythm shooting, making it that much more effective. I just want to make sure I show you that this was in Hall of Fame difficulty, and this will be important for a few more points I'm about to make on shooting. As you can see, a quick catch and shoot that wasn't possible before pre-patch is now possible post-patch. And an important point is that the buff to open shots feels really good. As you can see right here, I'm just letting this fly as quickly as possible. And in Hall of Fame, I wouldn't take these shots pre-patch because of the inconsistency in shooting in addition to the delay in the right stick. I'm guessing that shooting received a significant improvement as long as you can get to your open or wide open shot coverages. This is my way too early impressions, but I'm taking shots that I didn't take before pre-patch because they were difficult in my career, and in Hall of Fame, it feels really good. Okay, the next point is that lane steals did not get nerfed for proper lane steals. That means If you have an eye on the ball and you're positioned properly, you'll still get that speed boost and that catch animation as long as you're in proper position and not using a blind lane steal. As you can see right here, even though that looks like Jrue Holiday does not have his eye on the ball, I was well positioned, had my eye on the ball, going for that lane steal. However, if you are out of position and relying on blind lane steals, I do think that it has been nerfed. Now, this is an NBA gameplay where players aren't as cheesy on defense. Jrue Holiday possibly the closest one to a cheesy defender, but as you can see, if you are out of position running with your back turned to the ball and you press square, you won't get that superhuman steal animation that you could get previously as much. But again, way too early impressions. In my career and in those online game modes is where you want to test this out. Next, while the post fade cheese, and I'm not going to show that in this video, has been nerfed, your post fades, your normal post fades still feel as money, and in combination with the buff to open shots, as long as you're able to generate separation with your post fades, you will be fine. So if you invested in legend post fade phenom just like I did, they still feel great. Shooting still feels good out of the post fades. Low post fade cheese, that is a different story, but normal post fades still feel good. Now, what I think is one of the worst parts about this patch is that it seems like real player percentage layups still feel good. Now, I've only taken like maybe 2 or 3 tightly contested layups because of how they changed the contest system in the paint. I'm still getting some frequent success with lightly contested shots. I'm still making a lot of these really good ones, so if you do not want the benefit of high risk, high reward layups, these still feel really good. I'm still able to make some ridiculous ones. Now, the 2 tightly contested shots I took were not makes, but it is what it is. I hope that they tune this in a slider update, for example, but that's something I hope will be addressed in a future smaller gameplay patch. So those are my early, and let me reiterate that, early impressions on some of the biggest changes to gameplay for NBA 2K25. Do I think it improved the game? I do. Do I think that all the issues are fixed? Only time will tell, but I'd like to say not necessarily, especially for those layups on real player percentage. I'm also going to take a look at whether those whites that go on way too frequently, if you have low risk or normal risk shot profile, I wonder if those have been addressed. I'm guessing not. So balancing out these gameplay changes can be difficult, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to say how this shakes out. I'm encouraged by the improved responsiveness in the right stick shooting. You wonder why this wasn't how the game shipped, but here we are now, 1 month later, and things look like they're about to improve for shooting. So if you are a rhythm shooter just like me, I experienced frustrations with rhythm shooting also, just like you. They were inconsistent online, especially for high latency game modes like the rec. I think this improves that significantly. Open shots feel easier than what they were pre-patch. So now it's all about seeing how the dust settles with this gameplay patch. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think the gameplay improved by a lot as a result of this patch. Whether things balance out evenly is something that we need to see in real terms, but you know me, I'm going to take a look at these gameplay changes and see what they do. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.